You gave a promise.
You brought upon them only ruin and death.
You've won the mountain, is that not enough?
Now we defend it.
I came to reclaim something of mine.
This was the last move in a master plan.
When people look back at the chapter that reshaped the final stretch of Middle-earth's Second Age storytelling on screen, they often remember how it blended the raw weight of looming conflict with the emotional closure fans waited years to experience. The world crafted around ancient mountains, fractured alliances, and rising shadows did more than simply deliver another fantasy battle. It carried the weight of an entire journey that had grown darker, heavier, and more unpredictable. And even now, the discussions surrounding the film continue to evolve as fans revisit the subtle choices, expanding interpretations, and long-term impact that the final installment left behind. In recent conversations, many viewers have been revisiting the film not only for nostalgia, but for the way it deepened themes like loyalty, sacrifice, and the unraveling of greed. And these rewatch experiences have sparked new discussion across fan spaces about how the story's atmosphere hits differently today compared to its original release era. As more people return to the film, the renewed attention has led to ongoing analysis of how its visual tone created a bridge between the earlier explorations of adventure and the later, heavier weight of destiny. The updates circulating among fans lately revolve around the rediscovery of scenes whose emotional meaning grows stronger over time, especially those moments where characters stand at the edge of decisions that pull them between honor and obsession. A large part of the new conversation focuses on how the dramatic shifts in certain character arcs feel even more intense when watched with the full knowledge of their journeys. The renewed excitement has sparked speculation about extended editions, deeper fan edits, and interpretive breakdowns that highlight how the film's most subtle moments carry clues about the shaking world around them. Even without any new official additions, the growing fan engagement has become its own form of living update, breathing new energy into old moments. The broader community discussions have been filled with analyses about how the film delivered a sense of closing that was both triumphant and tragic. Many viewers have pointed out how the emotional tone feels richer when watched in sequence with the earlier installments, revealing layers of conflict that weren't as noticeable before. Recent fan updates often revolve around redistributing attention to smaller, easily overlooked expressions and gestures that convey the growing tension between the kingdoms preparing for war. Over time, more people have recognized how the atmosphere of desperation was captured through small-scale character interactions, building up toward the sweeping clash that defines the film. These discussions have become a kind of ongoing exploration where fans interpret meaning beyond the dialogue itself, discovering new symbolism, emotional cues, and dramatic weight. A significant wave of fan interest has emerged around how the film portrayed the fragility of alliances. Discussions in various circles reveal how the story captured the idea that even ancient kingdoms, with all their grandeur and legacy, could crumble under the strain of pride and mistrust. Many fans have been sharing updated personal reflections on how this theme resonates strongly today, adding new layers of relatability to the conflict. As people revisit the film, the depiction of characters torn between heritage and survival has sparked renewed appreciation for the emotional depth of their struggles, creating a collective rediscovery of their motivations and decisions. The wave of renewed engagement has encouraged more viewers to re-examine the moral grayness of the story, celebrating how it refuses to simplify the conflict into good versus evil. Amid these ongoing fan discussions, another area gaining attention is the way the film presents the idea of legacy. Viewers who revisit the story often find themselves focusing on how characters weigh the consequences of their choices, not just for the present moment, but for the generations that follow. This growing conversation has inspired fan commentary and edits that highlight reflections, unexpected loyalties, and the lingering shadows of past actions. These discussions act as an update in themselves, revealing how new audiences interpret the narrative differently from those who experienced it when it first arrived. The energy behind these continued re-examinations shows that the film's emotional resonance has not only endured, but actually strengthened as time has passed. Another thread gaining momentum involves renewed admiration for the film's portrayal of the rising tension within the mountain stronghold. Fans have been sharing their thoughts about the psychological shifts characters undergo as wealth, power, and fear collide. Recent viewer insights often highlight how certain scenes feel more intense when rewatched, especially those showing how obsession transforms even the noblest intentions into dangerous impulses. Many discussions explore the symbolic contrasts between the quiet interior spaces of reflection and the thunderous chaos outside, recognizing how these visual choices emphasize the fracturing state of the world. The result is a new wave of appreciation for how the film balanced massive conflict with intimate emotional storytelling. Across social fan communities, one of the most talked about aspects lately has been the way the film's emotional swings guide the audience through the escalating turmoil. The updates people share are often centered on how the pacing of tension and release feels masterfully crafted, especially when viewed with fresh eyes. Many viewers reflect on how the build-up toward the final confrontation still carries a sense of unpredictability, even for those who already know the outcome. This renewed excitement has encouraged deeper fan analysis of how the story shifts gears between fear, hope, and unbearable heartbreak, creating a layered emotional journey that continues to pull people back. The rise of longer commentary-style videos created by fans has also given new visibility to interpretations that focus on the symbolic meaning behind the landscape itself. Many viewers have been discussing how every corner of the battlefield, every ruined fortress, and every stretch of unforgiving terrain represents something emotional loss, pride, redemption, or destiny. These fan-made explorations have become a highlight of the ongoing updates around the film, contributing to a shared sense of discovery even years later. Through these discussions, the film's physical world continues to evolve in meaning, as if new dimensions of the setting reveal themselves each time the camera sweeps across the cold valleys or the storm-darkened sky. With so many viewers returning to the film, there has also been an increase in appreciation for its portrayal of courage under impossible circumstances. People have been sharing personal reflections about how the film's quieter moments of bravery feel more impactful today. The scenes where characters confront their fears, stand beside unexpected allies, or face overwhelming odds have become talking points in fresh fan commentary. These reflections are often framed as emotional updates, new realizations, sparked by revisiting the story from a more mature perspective. Through these discussions, the film continues to resonate as a reminder that courage takes many forms, not all of them loud or glorious. Another area that has resurfaced in recent discussions is the way the film emphasizes the cost of conflict. Many fans have been exploring how the story portrays the aftermath of war, both physically and emotionally. They share insights about how destruction leaves marks not only on landscapes, but on hearts and loyalties. These conversations highlight how the film avoids glorifying the violence, instead showing how every clash leaves behind consequences that echo far beyond the final blow. As more viewers revisit these themes, the emotional impact feels stronger than ever, turning old scenes into new reflections on the fragility of peace. In many updated fan breakdowns, There is renewed enthusiasm for the film's exploration of friendship and trust. Viewers point out how the bonds formed across this long journey reach their final tests, revealing the strength or weakness of each connection. Discussions often center on how certain moments of loyalty, forgiveness, or sacrifice feel more profound on rewatch, especially when framed against the darker backdrop of betrayal, greed, and fear. These insights represent the ongoing emotional updates the community continues to generate, showing that even the most familiar scenes can be rediscovered in new ways. A growing number of fans have been focusing on the way the film ties together the emotional arcs that began long before the final conflict. Many have noted how each character carries the weight of previous choices, making the final moments feel layered with unresolved tension and inevitable fate. This has sparked discussions about how endings in epic tales often feel like beginnings in disguise, opening doors for deeper interpretations. Through this lens, recent fan updates explore how the film's final emotional beats create a bridge toward future stories, making the closing moments feel both final and filled with potential. As viewers continue revisiting the story, another popular discussion topic has been the balance between spectacle and intimacy. Many fans have shared updated perspectives on how the enormous battle, with all its chaos and grandeur, never overshadows the smaller emotional moments that define the characters' inner transformations. This balance has been praised as one of the film's strongest achievements, with fans highlighting how the emotional weight of the story intensifies the impact of the massive conflict unfolding around it. These reflections show how the film's emotional legacy continues to grow, attracting new generations of viewers. Among all these ongoing discussions, a recurring theme in recent fan updates is the idea of closure. Viewers often reflect on how the story brings its long journey to an end with a mixture of triumph and regret, leaving a lasting emotional imprint. Many share thoughts about how the conclusion feels like a farewell not only to the adventure, but to the world itself, capturing the bittersweet feeling of finishing a long, transformative chapter. It is this emotion, the sense of standing at the end of a path filled with danger, friendship, and sacrifice that continues to draw fans back again and again. Across the community, the most meaningful update is the renewed love for a story that continues to resonate far beyond its final frame. With every rewatch, new insights emerge, old memories resurface, and fresh interpretations take shape. Even without new additions, official announcements, or external information, the film lives on through the voices of those who keep discovering it anew. The ongoing conversations, reflections, and emotional rediscoveries form an ever-growing collection of updates that show just how deeply this story has rooted itself in the hearts of fans. And as long as people continue to return to the world shaped by longing, courage, conflict, and hope, the legacy of the film will keep expanding, carried forward by the imaginations and emotions of everyone who revisits its tale.